Well, firstly, hi everyone. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind since Chicago. Obviously, getting to do another race at Indianapolis and then in the truck at IRP, and just how quickly this has come together. And yeah, packing up everything my whole life and then moving to Australia. It's moving from Australia to America. Yeah, it's been massive, but pretty exciting. The way that the program sort of escalated from 10 races to now a full season and seven cup races. So what Justin and Ty and the Trackhouse team have put together is really exciting. And yeah, I got a lot of learning to do and a lot of experience to gain quickly, but I think it's the best way to do it to try to prepare myself for a 2025 cup opportunity.
All right, we'll go ahead and go to media for questions. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll work to get to as many questions as we can in the time that we have. Also, I will have a recording of this session available after this is over. That will be posted on NASCARmedia.com. I'll also work to send that out as well. If you need the recording and don't receive it, please feel free to reach out. So to kick us off, we're going to go with our first question here, and we're going to go to Bob Hawkers. Bob, go ahead with your question.
Yes. Can you talk about the kind of just uprooting your entire family to come here? And I guess there was some challenges with getting your dog over here.
Yeah, yeah, it's been full on. So yeah, myself, my partner Jessica, and then our dog Ronald coming over. So yeah, just I guess getting it all set up and prepared. Finding a house here in Charlotte and finding one with a fence is difficult. They don't have fences here, which is weird. So we got to find a house that's got all that and something we can settle into for a while until we figure out the way life is and where we want to be based. But it's been really good. The team's been really helpful here, and Trackhouse have made everything so easy for us. But yeah, still, the visa side has been full on. I got to get a social security number and bank account and driver's license, everything set up. So starting a whole new life from scratch, really. But it's exciting. I've done Zipcars since 2007 now. I moved to Australia. So to come here and start again and start that learning experience, I'm pretty excited for it.
And do you know, have you guys discussed at all whether you would do it wasn't on the list, but I would believe you'd be eligible for the NASCAR Cup Series All-Star race. Do you know, have you guys talked anything about whether you might do that event?
I'm not too sure about that one yet. No, we haven't really talked about it.
Okay, and I'll ask one more. Do you have any plans to do the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona?
No, not this year. I had some talks to do it with teams and would have been a great race. I missed doing that race. It's a fun one, but I really need to focus on the first Daytona coming up in the Xfinity and do my prep for that.
All right, our next question will go to Bruce Martin. Go ahead, Bruce.
Shane, what does coming to America and racing in America mean to you? Some of the greatest drivers in international motorsports going all the way back to Jim Clark and Graham Hill and then Nigel Mansell and, later Scott Dixon and your buddy Scott McLaughlin. What does it mean to you to race in America?
Yeah, it's just a massive opportunity, and since Chicago and what it's snowballed into, I guess, is pretty exciting. And then I guess Marcus Ambrose is a great example, similar sort of background coming into NASCAR, and when I researched how Marcus did it and what he went through, it took him 3 seasons before he was full time in the Cup Series, and I forgot about that side of things. It's not going to be an easy transition, and me doing this year in Xfinity. It's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of growing pains, and yeah, it's a massive challenge. So Marcus has been really helpful for speeding up my learning process, I guess. He sent me a lot of advice, what to expect and how to approach things. And I just want to emulate what he's done, get into the Cup Series and be successful. I think his career was really awesome. He had a great time here and loved his experience. So I'd like to be like that.
And what does your part of the world think of American racing, specifically NASCAR? And also one other question, how much is it going to help to have Scott McLaughlin to just bounce ideas off of?
Yeah, well, firstly, I think it's got to be on TV in New Zealand. I think there's no one there that shows it. So hopefully now it becomes on TV and people don't have to come up with special ways, I guess, to try and watch the race. So hopefully it gets some coverage there. And I think Xfinity's not live in Australia at the moment. So hopefully it becomes there and people can watch the racing. But yeah, for me and a lot of others, I would watch the racing on Monday morning and try and keep up with it. So hopefully it sparks a lot more interest over there. And then your second question, yeah, I've been speaking to Scotty a lot. He's gone through what I'm going through now not long ago. So he's been super helpful with getting up to speed here and sort of learning or knowing what to expect in general life stuff.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, our next question will go to Nick DeGroot. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Shane. This year, you're going to be doing 40 races between the Xfinity and Cup Series. Is there a chance you could do any truck races or any racing beyond those 40?
Possibly. I haven't really talked too much about it, but I think there's two tracks, Kansas and one other, that we don't go to in Xfinity. So yeah, I think it'd be helpful to just at least go to that track and just experience it. I want to be able to go to every track and know them all before 25.
Yeah, and a follow-up to that, you're going to have, Allmendinger as a teammate in the Xfinity Series. He's won in sports cars, stock cars, open wheel. How important is it going to be to have a driver like that who's so versatile and went through this a little bit where he was very good at road courses and had to adjust to the ovals and having him to lean on?
100%. I haven't met him properly yet, but hopefully he's open with it and open to giving me advice. And he's obviously a super strong benchmark as a teammate. To compare myself against, but to learn off. And yeah, I'm excited. We're in some good equipment. Going up to Kaulig yesterday and meeting everyone there and seeing all the Chevys lined up, it was pretty impressive. So I'm excited to drive them and learn off him and try and push each other to the front.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, our next question will go to Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hey Shane, have you watched any races at Daytona or Talladega or any super speedway type racing?
Yeah, so normally you'd watch them and just look like cars driving around flat out. But now I've been trying to study it as much as I can, and there was a Denny Hamlin on board from I think it was last year's Talladega race where he had to come back through the field. I've been studying that, just trying to see how it all works. And obviously I'll get some SMT data and, you can see more of the driver inputs. But yeah, watching that's like a high-speed chess match, but also a lottery, I guess, in some ways it also can be. So yeah, it's going to be a tough first race. I don't really know how to approach it or what to expect. We get a little bit of practice so I can get a feel for the car and cars around me at that speed, but that style of racing is so far removed from everything I've ever done. So super speedways is probably what I'm most anxious about, I guess, or unsure about what's going to happen or how the cars race. So yeah, that's going to be a tough first one.
Have you done any laps in a simulator or an iRacing or anything of the like?
Oh yeah, I've been doing as much as I can. A lot on iRacing, and then in the new year, once the sim starts, I'll be on there and watching all the sessions I can, trying to gain as much experience as possible.
And when you've done the simulators or iRacing, have you done Daytona or Talladega?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've crashed.
How'd that go?
I've won a couple of times too.
All right, our next question will go to Daniel from Speed Cafe. Go ahead, Daniel.
G'day, Shane, mate. Just ask you about the specifics of the program because it sounds like it's changed a bit in the last few weeks. Why straight into full-time Xfinity, and also how did those extra 7 cup races in particular get selected?
I guess it's just broadening the experience. How it worked out with Kaulig is great. They ended up having a full-time seat there, and I think that's just the best way. Getting to go to every circuit, and then hopefully getting to experience the pressure of the playoffs as well. That's what the goal is, to make the playoffs and understand that pressure, be involved in it. But the second half of the year is where I hope to really get better at the ovals. Second half of the year when we go back to tracks that we've been to, and I understand the flow of the race, how the track drives, and hopefully up to speed with my car then. So, yeah, I think it's the perfect way to do it. Jump in full season straight away, and then the way the Cup Series worked, with the build schedule we got, it's a race every month or so, every month and a half. So it's a load spread out for the trackhouse guys, I guess, and Kaulig to prepare the cars and take part in a variety of races. Get to do some Talladega, some road courses, and then some intermediate stuff as well. And the Charlotte weekend's going to be pretty tough, doing 300 miles on Saturday and 600 on Sunday, but it's all about experience, and trying to do as many laps as I can to get the miles up.
Thanks, mate. Wish you well.
Cheers, mate.
All right. Our next question will go to Chris Osborne. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, thank you. Shane, first off, congratulations on the contract. Welcome to the NASCAR community. We're glad to have you. You mentioned after the Chicago race, I don't remember the exact quote, but it's something like there are tons of supercar drivers back home that could do this too. Is there something that you guys are doing together, or you personally with Trackhouse, to maybe create a pipeline from that series, those type of cars, and bring more experienced drivers like yourself to NASCAR in the near future?
Not in particular, but I guess it opens your eyes or open everyone's eyes to it, my result at Chicago. So there's some very talented guys, and even Brody, when he came to Indianapolis and Cup, he showed some brilliance there. His lap times were really good, and but yeah, there's guys like Cam Waters and a couple of others who have indicated they want to come and have a go. And yeah, for sure, the talent level is very high down there. You get in your bubble here and over there, you just tunnel vision on what you're focused on achieving there. You kind of don't look outside your bubble at what other people can do. So yeah, hopefully I open some eyes and people start looking, towards New Zealand and Australia maybe to get some talent coming over, and vice versa as well with supercars. Hopefully they look here too, and we all expand things a bit.
Awesome. And then the other half of my question, you mentioned the Xfinity races would be broadcast in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure this is the first time that's going to happen, and that's awesome. But what is it that you're most excited about? Is it the broadcast being at home, or is it the possibility of bringing more NASCAR culture itself to your area of the world?
Well, no, I think it isn't broadcast at the moment. So I'm hoping that it starts to be. Like, all my friends were trying to find, and family, they're all trying to find streams and stuff to watch the race. So hopefully someone picks it up there, and people can access the races and watch it. It's been awesome to see and hear the fan support from that part of the world, and yeah, hopefully they can watch us go racing.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, and good luck this year.
Thank you.
Right. Our next question will go to Stephen. Go ahead, Stephen, with your question.
Shane, I wanted to ask you about the process of determining what your Cup Series schedule would be. Obviously, specifically the ovals that you chose to run, both Talladega races, the Coke 600, and then Las Vegas in the fall. How did you determine that those were going to be the four races that you were going to run on ovals?
Yeah, as I said in the last sort of question, it's more of what Trackhouse sort of thought would prepare me best. The two types of, or all the types of racing that NASCAR goes to. So obviously the road courses, the Talladega super speedways, and then intermediate type tracks. And yeah, just broadening that experience and understanding how the cars race on all type of tracks. And then, as I said, the sort of gaps between the races are evenly spread out for the build of the car.
And then on the Xfinity side, you were asked about AJ Allmendinger a little earlier, but your other teammate is going to be Josh Williams, who's very much ingrained in the culture of stock car racing, came out through short tracks, and has become very popular and revered within the garage area. Have you established a relationship with Josh yet? And how much do you think he's going to help in terms of getting ingrained into the culture of being an oval racer?
Yeah, so I haven't met Josh yet, and then I Googled him, the other day, and I saw what his headline was for this year for what he did with one of the races, and he looks like an awesome character, and got a real personality. So yeah, he's someone I'll look forward to working with and meeting him and understanding his views on racing, and hopefully we can help each other to be better and push the team towards the front.
Gotcha. Thanks, Shane.
Yes.
All right, our next question will go to Davey Siegel. Go ahead, Davey.
Hey Shane, thanks for your time today. I'm curious, given that you're batting 500 in the Cup Series, you got one truck race under your belt, but the series that you're going to be running full time in, you don't have any experience in yet. So specifically, what do you anticipate the learning curve being in the Xfinity car being vastly different from a next gen car and a truck?
Yeah, car-wise, I'm not so sure. Like I saw all the cars lined up, and it was amazing, the preparation and detail that goes into building them. And yeah, just I'm trying not to have expectations. I want to have my preparation as good as possible, but results-wise, I have no idea what we're gonna achieve. Obviously, want to get some top tens and represent WeatherTech well, and have some fun. But yeah, I really don't know what it's going to be like, and for sure there's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of hard times in the ovals, but hopefully just through the year it ramps up and I get better, know what's coming, and then second time through the track we can be competitive.
Have you heard from any of your competitors, be it in Xfinity or Cup, maybe outside of Trackhouse and Kaulig, or has anybody gotten in touch with you yet?
Yeah, it's been really awesome. Just everyone's welcoming me to the States, and if they can help anyway, they're offering, like, it's really cool. And even Kevin Harvick, he's been a great help with just basic advice, and then being comfortable in the car and just being well strapped in. He said I'm going to have hits bigger than I've ever had before, which is not nice to hear, but it's a true fact. I have to be ready for that and be comfortable and safe in the car, and I'm going to have to change my seat and my the way I sit in the car to be more acclimatized and safe on the oval. So that's just part of it, and making sure that the seat is the same in the Xfinity car, so I can swap between one and the other, and be comfortable and in the same driving position. So just little stuff like that I don't normally think about, and those guys have been super helpful, and everyone I've talked to has been awesome.
Cool. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it.
All right, Shane, a big thank you for spending some time with us here this afternoon. I know you've had a busy week. We appreciate your time and really wish you the best of luck next season as well.
Great. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.